Hello, Angels. Let's talk about the first big, highly anticipated new hip hop release of 2026, the ASAP Rocky record, Don't Be Dumb. If you're a fan of rap music, you already know who ASAP Rocky is. He debuted around 15 years ago with a cloud rap style that would go on to become super duper influential and then hit the mainstream and has achieved quite a bit of critical appeal and commercial success in the process. But it has been 8 years since the last time we heard from him on his album Testing, which was at the time and remains to this day pretty divisive. Testing is far and away Rocky's most experimental record, and while several of his worst ideas and worst tracks pop up on the record, the indulgences that I enjoyed at the time, I pretty much continue to enjoy to this day. Songs like Kids Turned Out Fine. And so going into Don't Be Dumb, all I was really hoping for was for Rocky to continue to take similar stylistic risks, which he totally does, and with a marginally improved rate of consistency. And several of the best songs on this record are those kind of unique and creative undertakings. My favorite song on the album, Robbery, is this really interesting back and forth between Rocky and Doechii, where they swerve into acting out a literal heist like a bank robbery, but then that kind of turns into a sexual encounter in a really fascinating way over this rich, jazzy instrumental. It's so unique, so fascinating. I also love tracks on here like Stay Here for Life, which kind of string together several different, really unique stylistic passages into one long, interesting, indulgent compositional journey. And that's not even taking into account some of the fucking bangers that this record has to offer on tracks like Helicopter, Stop Snitching, and Shut the Fuck Up. There's no shortage of highlights. Although on a couple of the less interesting songs with bizarrely placed features in the second half of the record, the length of those compositions can become indulgent in the bad way, and the biggest problem with this record is definitely a lyrical one. Not that A$AP Rocky has ever been poetic in his lyrics, but I definitely thought there were a lot more bars where I was rolling my eyes or scratching my head than on a typical Rocky release. Despite that, though, I think this album's solid. It makes pretty good use of its runtime. It serves up pretty consistently solid material, and most importantly of all, it carries on some of what makes Rocky unique and leaves behind some of the stylistic lessons that he learned from failures on his last record. And what results is an album that may not blow me away, may not have been exactly worth waiting 8 entire years for, but I'm glad that it's here. And tell me down there what you thought about this new A$AP Rocky record.